always felt like it's easier to slow a game down than speed it up. We'll see if that bears out here today.
Iowa will control the tip, trying to bounce back from an offensive performance. Really struggled on Wednesday. Both teams did to get the offense going in the 48-46 Rutgers win.
Well, what's interesting is Penn State's built very similarly to Rutgers, and so their blueprint is kind of there. Distributor and defender knocking down a mid-range jump shot, something that Michael Shrewsbury told us he was going to try and force Penn State's guard to do.
Nice catch inside, and the finish by Greg Lee. Into the flow of things, didn't see action earlier this year with a preseason foot injury, just his 10th game.
Makes a big difference, too. He's a talented kid. He can do a lot of different things from that forward spot.
Speaking of talent, how about Keegan Murray?
You're going to need Rebraca to really rebound here this afternoon.
McCaffrey launching and hits from long range. Patrick McCaffrey. Murray working against White. Here's McCaffrey launching again, hitting again. Patrick McCaffrey, 2 for 2 from deep.
And Keegan Murray makes the right play, getting it to McCaffrey.
Dredd will launch, and the answer comes from Miles Dredd.
Really need his three-point shooting in a major way.
Murray, tough fadeaway, and few make a tough shot look easier than Keegan Murray. 6 to shoot, Sessoms. Dredd has to push it back out to Pickett. 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot, and the step back for Pickett falls.
That's how Penn State wants to play. And Pickett and Sessoms are really good late shot clock playmakers.
McCaffrey around the Rebraca screen, and Patrick McCaffrey feeling it early. He's got 8.
Every single night, especially on the road.
2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. Lundy has to launch a contested 3, and it falls for Seth Lundy. Back to this Lundy shot.
Taking a look at it. Even gets out of his hands right as, with 0.9 on that shot clock. Seth Lundy. It's where Pickett and Sessoms usually are outstanding. Just get them the ball and let them make a play late.
Ulis turning the corner, and Aaron Ulis, who averages just under 4 per game.
Those early post-ups, getting to that jump hook, that's what Iowa wants.
Hand off to Cornwall. Jaheim Cornwall inside, count the bucket, and he'll go to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
John Harris just got such a big body that it's so hard to fight around his handoffs and ball screens, and Cornwall was able to get just enough of a sliver to go through Connor McCaffrey and get it up.
Now Pickett. Slow start for Pickett, just 2 points. Got into the paint and got the kind roll on the road. 1-point game in Iowa City.
Position where you need all hands on deck in the Big Ten, it's inside.
Here's Perkins. Pull up on the baseline, that drops for Perkins.
Three-quarter court press is good because they're so long.
Sessoms, though, able to get through it underneath. A good find for Giovanni Scott. Almost to carry. That ball got up on Perkins a little bit. Toussaint inside, and Rebraca with a hammer. Now Scott. Shot clock at 3. Sessoms gonna have to fire. Deep 3 is good for Sam Sessoms, and we're tied at 20. McCaffrey with a loose ball scoop up. 11 Penn State turnovers. Bohannon will launch the 3. That one is true. Jordan Bohannon. This is a legendary wrestling home, and of course Dan Gable, one of the biggest names in the sport, as Lundy hits the 3, and Penn State takes its first lead.
Really selling out to try to make other Hawkeyes not named Keegan Murray to make shots.
Patrick McCaffrey trying to do just that. Lundy says no. Well, he's been their top defensive player this year.
No doubt about it. He really takes pride in that.
Bohannon, contested 3, no problem for the all-time leader in Big Ten Conference play. McCaffrey will spin it over to Chris Murray for a 3, and he rattles one home. Back-to-back triples. Rebraca. The double team coming, he's in trouble, able to muscle his way into Hera and get the hook.
First 2 offensive opportunities, they really tried to pound it in to the big fella.
Got an open look from 3 thanks to the drive from Sam Sessoms, and Pickett made him pay. Bohannon curling around for the open 3. That's short, and the rebound tracked down for the Hawkeyes. He'll try again, a little step back further, and Bohannon puts 3 fingers up as he drops it in to stretch the lead to 6. Sessums baseline drive uncontested for 2. He's starting to find that rhythm again, and they sorely need him to do that today. Rebraca. That's a snap of the twine. He's got 6 points, and he's really come on over the last couple of weeks.
That's how they want the game to be. They want to slow it down, make it physical. So Penn State's imposed their will in that regard.
McCaffrey had the hot hand early. Hits the 3 off the timeout, and all of a sudden Iowa's up 10.
It starts with getting stops and finishing them with a defensive rebound first to really get out and run.
Still no break points today for Iowa. On the drive inside. Tough shot. Jaheim Cornwall. Cornwall 5 today. He hadn't scored a point in the last 2 games for Penn State.
Yeah, more minutes for Cornwall.
Rebraca. Nice little shot, fake, and finish at the rim.
In the second half, and just a more concerted effort to get him involved.
Pickett, jump stop, jumper good for Pickett. Inbound to Sam Sessoms for Penn State, out there with Greg Lee. Pickett in the corner, this is Dredd, his 3 falls.
Gonna have to knock down some triples here, especially with how late Penn State plays into the shot clock.
Dredd can do that, and Dredd gets the roll. You're not supposed to get that roll on the road, but he's 3 for 3 from deep.
Give an assist to Micah Shrewsbury for drawing up a set for Dredd, who had just made a 3.
And the 3 on the other end. Keegan Murray's missed his last 4 shots. Changes that one with the left-hand hook. Turn in the corner with the spin, leaving it for Perkins. That's a tough scoop. Got his own. He'll battle again inside against Hara, and he wins the battle against the big man.
Boy, Hara doesn't get displaced that often, but how about Mr. Perkins displacing the big fella for the layup?
And a timeout. Here's Lundy on the attack. Pickett now in the paint. Floater good for Pickett. He's got 12. Lengthy run of any nature for the Hawkeyes today.
Chris Murray dragging Hara away from the basketball.
And he hits that 3 as a result. And Chris Murray, Lundy, fortunate to keep that play. Now Lundy to work. Lundy splitting 2 defenders, gets to the rim, and the left hand falls. He's got 8.
I'm gonna get crazy, but maybe he's got to start getting aggressive defensively.
3 to shoot for Keegan Murray, and the 3 falls. He was 0 for 6 from deep before he hit that one. With 4 to shoot, Murray has to launch. And the rebound for Greg Lee. Lundy a season low 8 points to this point. Sessoms driving inside, rejected by Patrick McCaffrey.
A little more confident walking away from this game than when he walked in. And he's so important for Iowa's offense. Spacing that floor.
When you're a 6th-year senior, that's your
you know everything, right?
Yep. And that'll do it. 68-51.